All right, welcome back everybody. Today is a great day and you know why, because today is the day that you are going to learn how to play Fortress Around Your Heart by Sting, just like how you know it on the record. Hey, if you haven't done so already, jump down, click subscribe, ring the bell, it lets you know every time I drop new content. Every single video I have has jump links on the bottom, so you can skip right to the part of the lesson that you want to if you want to bypass some of my yapping. Some of you do. Also, if you're looking for ways to support the channel, I really appreciate that. There's super thanks right at the bottom, which is like throwing some money in a tip jar. And there's also a Patreon page, which you can go and check out. I've got exclusive content. All the tabs and chord charts for all the songs I do on YouTube are there. But go check it out and hope to see you there. Okay, so Fortress Around Your Heart. This was probably the second single, I want to say, off of the Dream of the Blue Turtles album from Sting. This is his first solo record after The Police. And super pretty guitar part on this that I actually never learned my whole life. I always sort of knew the first couple notes, maybe, and then got lost because it's unlike any of the, you know, sort of, if you're into sort of blues rock or classic rock or, you know, it's sort of not in that arena, and it was out of my wheelhouse, shall we say. But yesterday, I sat down and I said, you know what? When I was young, I used to sit down and I would learn a song, play it over and over and over again with the record or the cassette tape, and I would rewind and play it and try and find the part, rewind, try and find it. And I did that yesterday, which I haven't done in a long, long time, to this song. And backed it up with a little video research when I would, you know, see how he's playing it or he played it back in the day to validate. And yes, I think I got this for you. Okay. So the first thing, this is in standard tuning. And for your tone, for my ear anyway, I've got it on strat position number 4, which is, you know, these two pickups turned on. And got some chorus and a little bit of delay. My delay speed is about like this. So, whatever that is. Okay, I would tell you what key this song is in, but I don't know. I can't tell. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways. I'm going to show you the way that Sting plays it and the way that you see him play it live, if you can catch his hands. But I'm also going to show you an alternate way to play it, which also I think is maybe easier in some ways. So I'll teach you both ways. All right. So the first intro riff. All right. So use your fingers. We're not using a pick on this. I'm going to show the chord shapes over my shoulder here. And what I would do is when you're zoomed in here, not only looking at the chord shapes, but just sort of check the strings that I'm plucking with my fingers. So it's sort of, you know, it's skipping some strings. It's usually picking 3 strings at a time. All right, so here's where it starts. Up on 10 and 12. So that's the first chord. Here's the second shape. Here's the third shape. Back to your second shape. So it bounces back and forth between those. So I'm picking 4, 2, and 1. Now I'm picking 4, 3, and 2. Now I'm picking 5, 3, and 2. And back to 4, 3, and 2. Okay? I may have the strength of the delay a little strong, but I like playing off the bounce, you know what I mean? The rhythm, the delay gives you a rhythm that you can go off of. Right? Okay, so here's an alternate way that you can play that, which might be a little easier, okay? Same first position. Just slide it down 2 frets. Same fingering. And then here's the alternate position for the 3rd chord. Back to your 2nd chord. Whoops. Wait for the delays to go. Right? So it's... So that's the alternate way. First way. Now, video evidence shows that's how Sting plays it. He does that big stretch with the pinky. Alternate. Okay, so that's the first part. Now the second part, where the lyrics go, "It took a day to build the city." That one is, he plays it down here. So here's the first chord. Second. Third chord. Back to your second. Right, so there's 3 shapes, and you're just bouncing back and forth. Position 1, position 2, position 3, position 2. That's how the whole pattern is going on all these verse sections. And he'll do that again. We'll see at another position. We'll see in just a minute. So that's, you know, that's a D sharp dominant 7. Is what that is. That's what he's playing off of. So here's an alternate way. That was Sting's way. Here's an alternate way. And this one actually might be harder, might be easier though, once you get used to it, because it's all right here in the same position. So let's pretend that we worked off of the first Sting's way on the first part. Okay, now here is how you can play the second part in this position. That's the same as this. Now, because you're using the thicker strings, you can notice the, you know, the timbre, or the, I don't know what the right word is, the sonic quality of those strings ring differently, right? And I think that you can hear it on the record. You know, he's really living as much as possible on these first 3 strings just to get those high pitch, those higher frequencies. So he's playing it here. And again, the alternate. So pick which way you want to go. And then it moves to the next part of the verse, which is exactly the same shape as the first one that we did. It's just down 1 fret. That's all that happens. Had to stop in my tracks for fear. That part, right? Okay. And then we're going to go into our pre-chorus, and that's exactly the same second shape that we learned, but we're doing it down here off of the like it's a B7, right? Remember the first one we did was here. It's exactly the same shape down here. For walking on the mines I laid. Walking on the mines I laid. And I sort of, his vocal hits this note. I laid, right? The chord I think is there, but you can play that, or you can add the 7th to match the vocal. Before you go into the chorus. And now it's chords. And it's going to sound a little funny because I've got the delay on way strong, but I'm going to leave it on here. When you see him play it, he's just strumming chords. E minor, D, G, although this is the G I like, A minor, sometimes I do this A minor, and then what he's doing is going up and down on a mini bar chord from C to D. It's got to work right with the rhythm of the of the delay. But I don't think that's going on the record. So that's the chords: E minor, D, G, A minor, C to D. Here's how I like to play that C to D, though. I know this isn't how he plays it on the record, but there's so many times. This is a very pretty song that you can play without accompaniment. You can just play it as a very pretty solo guitar. The D on that part, I mean the bass on that part holds a D, right? So I found a very, you know, a nice way to play that chorus is E minor, a D with an F sharp in the bass, regular G, A minor, and then just hold this part of your straight across on the 5th fret. You hold that D on there. Again, if you want to play it exactly like the record, he's going. I think the bass is holding a D note over that. So anyway, so that's the part. And then how it comes out of the chorus. And then you're back to your top. Beautiful, right? If you are playing it as a sort of solo guitar and you get to that chorus, and maybe you're not even singing, maybe you just want to add the melody of the chorus, you can start that by playing it in alternate chord positions easily, okay? Like the E minor, you can do it here. Right? And that first one, the first part goes, because that's, so your chords are E minor to D, right? This is another way. This is the Jimi Hendrix chord version of a D, right? Here's a D. You're just starting it with your major third on top. That's the vocal line. Or all right, I'm just being goofy, but I just wanted to show you there's a couple different ways that you can play that, right? Okay, tying it all together, first part options are that's Sting's way. Option B, same notes, different fingering. The next part, option 1, which is Sting's way. Option B, where is that? Here. Then to your next part. That was Sting's way. Option B. All right. And the next part. So there you go. So there's a couple different options on how to play that. Really pretty song, right? And it has nothing to do with what I understand in terms of, or very little to what I understand on chord theory. So I had to learn this as just sort of shapes and just repetitively practice it. You know, it comes to you when you start doing it. But man, it's pretty when you can get it, right? And now you can sound all jazzy and cool to your rock friends. They'll go, whoa! Dude, what is that? Yeah. All right, so did you learn something new today? I hope you did. If you haven't done so already and you like what you saw here, I appreciate if you jump down and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. It lets you know every time I drop new content, which I do every single week. And let me know in the comments what you think of this. And if there's another song you want me to take on and do a similar lesson, please let me know. And until next week, take care, everybody. And until next week, take care, everybody.